From the news team that stands for you, this is CBS Local 2 News This Morning.
Good morning. Today is Monday, February 3rd. Thanks for joining us. I'm Tom Tucker.
Good morning. I'm Jenifer Daniels. Let's begin with a quick look at the top stories making headlines this morning. A 50-year-old homeless man is recovering in the hospital after allegedly being attacked by a mountain lion in Paris over the weekend. The man suffered severe cuts to his neck, head, and arms in Saturday morning's mauling at a homeless camp near Highway 74 and Navajo Road. A resident nearby heard the calls for help and called 911. A California Department of Fish and Game official says the man is lucky to be alive. Wildlife officials searched the area but were not able to find the mountain lion. They set up baited traps in the area to try and catch the big cat. Authorities are urging people in the area to keep an eye on their children and pets.
A Temecula man is behind bars this morning, suspected of pointing a gun at a young girl selling cookies. Police say 59-year-old John Dodrill, who you see here, was arrested yesterday afternoon, and they say the weapon was seized from his home on Strawberry Tree Lane in Temecula. Dodrill allegedly pointed the gun at the girl after she knocked on the front door of his home. The girl's father witnessed the incident and alerted police. Dodrill is being held on bail set at $25,000, and he is expected to appear in court on Wednesday.
Seattle Seahawks fans took to the streets to celebrate their dominating victory over the Denver Broncos in Super Bowl 48 as the Seahawks stopped the Broncos 43-8. Thousands of fans poured into the streets after the franchise's first Super Bowl championship. But things did get a little out of control when they lit this fire in downtown Seattle. Fortunately, no injuries reported and no word on any arrests. Seattle's Space Needle was also lit up last night. You can see it sporting the team colors, green and blue, along with the 12th man flag.
Now, your hour-by-hour weather forecast.
Hey, Rob, a lot of us like the cool stuff over the weekend. Hopefully you have more for us today.
Oh, yeah, there is still some cool stuff around for everyone that likes the cooler stuff, and the warmer stuff, unfortunately, doesn't look like it's going to be back in the forecast for a little while for those people who like the warmer stuff. Low pressure off the coast this morning is bringing some light showers into San Diego County. It did move some moisture through overnight, but none of the stations here in the valley picked up any rainfall. It doesn't look like any of it reached the ground. Temperatures this morning mostly in the lower 40s through the pass, but mid-40s here in the valley. A little bit warmer than what we saw yesterday morning, thanks to that cloud cover and the wind, but higher elevations still a little bit cool. 36 degrees in Yucca Valley this morning, 35 in Pinyon Pines, 28 in Gardner Valley, so a little bit chilly up in the mountain areas. 53 degrees at 9 a.m. this morning, and we'll get up to those lower 60s to mid-60s again this afternoon, right around 61 degrees at noon, 64 at 3 o'clock today, so very similar temperatures to what we saw yesterday with just a couple of clouds in the mix. The showers will dwindle as we head towards noon. We are staying cool for most of this week, and we do have some breezy onshore winds to talk about as well in the forecast. We'll tackle all that coming up in your full hour-by-hour forecast. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Rob. Super Bowl Sunday celebrations were in full swing all around the valley yesterday, as you might imagine. Although the game was played 3,000 miles away in New Jersey, fans here in the desert were excited about the biggest football game of the year. People packed the burgers and beer in Rancho Mirage to watch the game, as you can see. Fans like Randy Simpson, who moved to the valley from Colorado. He was hoping to watch the Broncos win a third Super Bowl championship.
Well, it's just my hometown. You know, I enjoy it, and you gotta enjoy the fact that Peyton Manning has come so far, and he's done so good. And this year is an incredible season for him.
Excuse me. As you probably expect as well, Super Bowl Sunday is a boon for local sports bars.
Time Warner Cable is apologizing after some customers in the Los Angeles area missed part of the Super Bowl when their television service was interrupted. The blackout began just after 5 p.m. and appeared to be fixed a few minutes before 6. Customers from L.A. to Riverside County say the signal froze during a Volkswagen commercial. Time Warner says the outage only affected Fox's standard definition station.
Boy, what a bummer for those TV viewers, huh?
Huge
Could you imagine
bummer.
missing the game for an hour?
And not knowing how that Volkswagen commercial ended.
Exactly, but great for Volkswagen to have a frozen image of their commercial.
What'd you think of all the commercials, by the way?
They were okay. I especially liked the Coca-Cola commercial. The little boy in Green Bay, Wisconsin, playing on the football field, scoring in his Little League game, then running all the way to Lambeau Field.
You see,
Terrific.
I missed that one,
Yeah.
but I'll tell you, I thought that the commercials were like the game, a little disappointing.
Yeah. Too bad it wasn't more of a contest.
Yeah.
All right, President Barack Obama sat down for the traditional pre-kickoff interview with the network covering the Super Bowl.
Fox News host Bill O'Reilly got a chance to grill the president. As Susan McGinnis reports, the two went toe-to-toe on topics some conservatives say don't get enough attention.
Fox News host Bill O'Reilly immediately put President Obama on notice.
I want to get some things on the record.
O'Reilly first took aim at the president's signature health care law.
Was it the biggest mistake of your presidency to tell the nation over and over, if you like your insurance, you can keep your insurance?
Oh, Bill, you've got a long list of my mistakes in my presidency.
No, really, for you. Wasn't that the biggest one?
This is one that I regret, and I said I regretted.
Then the focus shifted to Benghazi and when the president knew terrorists carried out the deadly attack on the American consulate.
Your detractors believe that you did not tell the world it was a terror attack because your campaign didn't want that out.
Bill, think
That's
about
what they believe.
And they believe it because folks like you are telling them
I'm
that.
not telling them that. I'm asking you whether you were told it was a terror attack.
And what I'm saying is that is inaccurate.
Right.
We revealed to the American people exactly what we understood at the time.
The final battle centered around the IRS after an office in Cincinnati appeared to target conservative groups applying for tax-exempt status.
There were some boneheaded decisions out of a
but
local
no
office.
mass corruption.
Not even mass corruption, not even a smidgen of corruption, I would say.
While the interview focused on problems the Obama administration has faced, the president says he tries not to focus on the fumbles, but on the next play. Susan McGinnis, CBS News, Washington.
Now, the interview ended on a cordial note, with the president incorrectly predicting the score of the Super Bowl, but he was not the only one who incorrectly predicted
No, a lot of people got that one wrong as well. Well, some sad news out of the entertainment world. Actor Philip Seymour Hoffman has died.
Coming up this morning, what police are saying about the death of the Academy Award-winning star.
Plus, the adopted daughter of Woody Allen breaks her silence about allegations that the filmmaker sexually assaulted her as a child. Good morning. Welcome back at 6:10 on this Monday. We are learning new details about the unexpected death of Oscar award-winning actor Philip Seymour Hoffman.
CBS Local 2 Sam Cortese is live in the newsroom with what police say they found at the scene. Good morning, Sam.
Good morning. A friend found the 46-year-old in his bathroom dead of an apparent drug overdose. Two police officers say Hoffman was found with a needle in his arm and heroin nearby. Police say they're still investigating what happened, and the medical examiner's office will determine the exact cause of death. We're expected to hear that sometime later today. In May of last year, Hoffman admitted he had recently spent 10 days in rehab for drug abuse, including heroin. The Oscar winner also saying he had a drug problem in his early 20s, but had kicked the habit for 23 years. Take a listen.
You get panicked. It was, I was 22 and I got panicked for my life.
Hoffman leaves behind his girlfriend of 14 years, theater director and costume designer Mimi O'Donnell, and their 3 kids. Hoffman won an Academy Award for his role in Capote. He also earned an early recognition at the star of the Palm Springs Film Fest. Jen, Tom, we were just kind of talking about that. He walked the red carpet in the desert 10 years ago last month, and Jen, you said he was very humble.
Oh, he wasn't just humble. It was so funny. He sat next to me at the event, and that year Danny Elfman won an award, and he was the lead singer of the band Oingo Boingo, and I got all excited, and Philip leaned in and he goes, "What is an Oingo Boingo?"
Well,
I'll never forget that.
Yeah, a special moment.
Thanks,
All right. Thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. Well, Woody Allen is calling accusations that he molested his adopted daughter untrue and disgraceful, rather. The comment came just a day after Dylan Farrow released an open letter renewing allegations that the filmmaker sexually assaulted her as a child. Farrow's letter was posted on the New York Times website on Saturday. It's the first time Farrow has publicly written about her accusations that Allen sexually assaulted her in 1992 when she was just 7 years old. The director was first accused of molesting Dylan Farrow by ex-partner and actress Mia Farrow. Allen was investigated on the claim, but prosecutors elected not to charge him. The 78-year-old director has long maintained his innocence.
And we are so excited to have nice, cool temperatures. Finally feeling like winter time. Meteorologist Rob Bradley lets us know how long we get to enjoy this.
Oh, it's going to stick around for a while. If you like the warmer stuff, you might want to take a trip somewhere else for just a little bit, because we're going to be in the 60s for most of this week. 48 this morning in Palm Springs. A little bit chilly in Chicago still. 3 degrees below zero this morning. Our neighbors to the north, though, not feeling too bad this morning. A few negatives in the mix, but nothing polar vortex-like. 28 degrees off the coast this morning. We'll take a look at your forecast coming up after the break. You're watching CBS Local 2 this morning.
Super Bowl Sunday overshadowed another major event yesterday, and that was Groundhog Day.
2 groundhogs gave 2 different predictions. As Scott Thompson reports, it comes as parts of the country brace for more winter storms.
Thousands of fans braved the bitter cold in Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania to see one famous groundhog.
Ladies and gentlemen, Punxsutawney!
And on this Groundhog Day, his prediction was met with a booing crowd of nearly frozen spectators.
But my shadow I see. It's 6 more weeks of winter. It must be!
He's been predicting the weather since the 1800s, but his accuracy rate is spotty at best. The National Climate Data Center says the famed weather prognosticator is wrong most of the time. Plus, there are conflicting opinions. Atlanta's weather predicting rodent General Beauregard Lee did not see a shadow, and that's some welcome news, especially across the South. That region of the country got slammed with a deep freeze and a few inches of snow that crippled much of the South, including Georgia, Alabama, and Mississippi. But of course, many other parts of the country are also wishing for an early spring. On Sunday, a major storm moved across much of the Central Plains. These pictures show what road conditions were like as Oklahoma got hit. And in St. Louis, city workers readied salt trucks and plows. Forecasters there are predicting up to 3 to 5 inches of snow and sleet early this week.
Oh, we're ready. I'm more thinking about, Tuesday's storm and next Saturday's storm that they're predicting. Those are some big, major snowstorms.
Major snowstorms that have become all too familiar this winter season. I'm Scott Thompson reporting.
Now, 3 other groundhogs across the country predicted 6 more weeks of winter.
Staten Island Chuck, Jimmy the Groundhog of Sun Prairie, Sun Prairie, Wisconsin, and Sir Walter Wally of Wake County, North Carolina, all saw their shadows. They sound like a mob. Mafioso groundhogs.
All right, some alarming news out of covered California. Convicted criminals are signing people up for health care coverage.
On the way this morning, why covered California is defending the questionable hires.
And CBS Local 2 stands for you, especially if you have a problem. You can tell us about it by emailing us at standsforyou@cbslocal2.com, or you can call 1-866-530-6397. We'll be back.
His name, Staten Island.
I told you could build your own skillet. I'm glad I got it while it's still around. 30 ingredients to choose from. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I've never had a combo like this. Yeah, like I always say, you gotta try something new. Try something new? You've had the same haircut since 7th grade.
Hey, welcome to Denny's.
When it comes to cars, you really should think things through before buying. The same goes for car insurance. Luckily, there's CompareNow.com. At CompareNow.com, you can enter your information once and see multiple quotes, side by side, no fees, no sales pitches, no spam, just the facts. CompareNow.com, real, unbiased comparison.
Are you or a loved one suffering from back or neck pain? At Desert Spine and Neurological Institute, we specialize in helping people just like you discover the cause and treat your pain appropriately. Even if you have complex brain or spine disorders, you don't have to live with uncertainty or be a prisoner of pain. We use state-of-the-art technology with a team approach that provides targeted, evidence-based individual treatment. Call us at 760-837-8020 for an appointment. Let us help you.
The stars shine brightest at the McCallum Theater. Coming soon, Caesar Milan live February 9th. Verdi's Rigoletto February 10th. Lucy Arnaz Latin Roots February 11th. And Tao, The Art of the Drum February 12th. There's something for everyone at the McCallum Theater. For tickets, call 760-340-2787 or log on to McCallumtheater.com.
I told you could build your own skillet. I'm glad I got it while it's still around. 30 ingredients to choose from. Can't go wrong. Yeah, I've never had a combo like this. Yeah, like I always say, you gotta try something new. Try something new? You've had the same haircut since 7th grade.
Hey, welcome to Denny's.
Email your story to standsforyou@cbslocal2.com and let us stand for you.
Convicted criminals working for Covered California. Some employees with criminal pasts are signing people up for health care coverage.
As Derek Shore reports, those convicts have access to Social Security numbers and other personal information, possibly exposing enrollees to identity theft.
That is a real problem.
Republican State Senator Ted Gaines more than concerned tonight after Covered California confirms to CBS 13 31 insurance navigators working to sign people up for coverage bring with them criminal pasts.
We're in compliance with federal law and state law.
The National Review, a conservative magazine, reports that one navigator has repeat forgery offenses, one in 1982, then another in 1994, with a burglary in between. Another had 2 forgery convictions in 1988, in addition to a domestic violence charge a decade later. Another committed welfare fraud in 1999 and had shoplifted on at least 2 prior occasions. Covered California spokesman Dana Howard said he could not confirm their crimes.
These people, they did their crime, they did their time, they paid back to society, they've been rehabilitated.
Senator Gaines says allowing people with criminal convictions to handle sensitive personal information, including Social Security numbers and birth dates, opens the door to identity theft.
That's an issue where they ought to be working in a different capacity for the organization.
Howard told us by phone today that the navigators, who are paid through state and federal funding, only have access to the information of patients they've signed up. And as to why they were not let go,
It's just not appropriate, it's not legal, and we would be remiss in saying that we're just not going to hire anyone who has a criminal history.
Gaines disagrees.
If their particular crimes are related to the sort of information that they're gathering, they ought to be found different types of jobs.
And that was Derek Shore reporting for us this morning.
Another look at your top news and your weather straight ahead.